Good morning, friends, or rather, good afternoon, good evening, at any time you get it. Um, this morning, I just want to share about the entire goal setting thing or goal setting. So it's the beginning of the year, and everybody is trying to press the reset button and start all over again, or the restart button, as the case may be. And then there are calls all over the place for making new year resolutions, setting new goals or revamping the old ones that you couldn't achieve in the past year. And all this activity can be a lot of work. In fact, thinking about it alone can actually drain you out. I'm thinking about, you have to sit down and plan. Some persons already did their plan before now. I mean, since December, analyzed themselves, appraised themselves, called themselves, and start working on the correction, which is to find out why did I fail, or which are the areas I failed, and how did it happen, and what can I do to achieve more. So that is that is that. But the truth is, you really have to set goals. I mean, personally, talking to you, I didn't used to set goals. I just know the things I want to do in my head. I just carry them in my head and I run. But I think I'm learning that you have to have a proper year plan written down, broken down into quarters. You have the long term goal of what you want to achieve by the end of the year. Then you break them down into quarters and maybe into months. If you want to be that detailed, it's not easy to walk by the book, to run by a set of goals that you set. It's not easy. That's some of the most difficult things to do. But if you do it, it will help to keep you in check. So you get a book, and then or even if you're gonna type it out, you write out how you want your year to be, depending on what you're doing, your job, your career, whatever it is you're doing. You have a year plan of what you want to achieve from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, broken down into quarters, probably broken down into months. Now, this is going to help to guide you, because the truth is there's going to be a lot of distractions. People who are peddling all sorts of solutions to some of the challenges you're facing are going to come across you. You're going to encounter one new product, or one new service, or one new seemingly looking good business. There's so many things that would want to get your attention, which is the more reason why you should be focused. For example, I told myself, anything multi-level marketing, bring 10 persons and get paid for so I'm not interested anymore. I've done that back in the days. I bought the t-shirts, I framed it. So because of that, I can't go into multi-level marketing anymore. Yeah, so because I always ask myself, when someone comes to me and say, oh, there's this new business, if you come in, you pay so amount, you bring one person. I ask him, does Dangote do it? Does Otedela do it? Does Mark Zuckerberg do it? If they don't, then I'm not interested. Yeah. So with that, I'm focused. So that energy I want to expend trying to market and push someone's brand, I focus it on pushing my brand. Whatever it is I need to learn, I learned. And so these are the things. That's some of the way I approach some of these things. So maybe you can borrow that, or you can try something else. But basically, the most important thing is for you to be focused. So you set your goals, and then you are focused on it, and then you're not distracted by so many things that normally happen. Because the truth is, there's going to be things who can come across you, some looking good, some looking bad. If they don't align with your year goal, it's very important that you pay little attention to them. It does not mean, now the truth is there is no hard and fast rule to setting goals, and there's no set goals like cast in cement, or goals are not really like that. Your goals should be such that they are able to be improved on as the year, because the truth is, as you encounter the facts or the realities of the marketplace or of the business place, you could want to add or remove some things. So very important that you have that allow for changes, but not really big changes, and that's why you have to, when you're setting these goals, you have to do them with a clear mind and a focus on purpose. You understand? It has to be you have to be of a clear mind and of a set on focus. If you are a Christian, it might be something you want to really pray before you begin to do it. If you are not a Christian, if you're a Muslim or something, you might want to also pray before you do it. But if not, just spend some quiet time so that you have clarity of thoughts before you begin to set. And if you are not the person that works with a complex system, then you might want to just simplify your own by just writing some things down according to what you are already doing. Now, don't go and set some big bogus goals. I want to learn how to fly a private jet, or buy a private jet by the end of December. No. I'm talking about, what are you doing right now? Do you want a change of career, or do you love where you are? And then, so if you are in a business and you like what you do, so you sit down and say, where am I right now? How many customers do I have? What is my level of output in terms of production, in terms of sales, in terms of revenue generated? Then how do I increase it? So if you're doing, let's say, 1,000 customers, so you want to move to 2,000, right? And then you're asking yourself, how do I do that? You have like 20 customers right now, you want to do 40 customers by the end of December. So you ask yourself, how do I do that? So you break them down into, per month, I want to do 5 more, or per quarter, I want to do 5 more, so that by the 4 quarters, I will have done 20 more, added to the 20 that I'm already servicing. You understand? So you ask yourself, so if I have, how do I get these 5 more? Where are these 5 more clients? Are they in churches? Are they in the club? Are they in business seminars? Are they in conferences? Do I need to call a workshop? What do I need to do to add this 5 more, every quarter? You understand? Now, remember that even if you're going after another 5 more, you have 20 that you're already servicing. So you have to ask yourself, how do I improve the service of these 20 people? How do I make the experience better? How do I take care of them more so that I don't lose one of the 20 that I already have? So clear cut goals. If you are in a career, you ask yourself, how do I grow? You are probably a low level officer right now. You're asking yourself, how do I go forward? Do I need to get more education, more certification? Do I need to begin to get certifications in certain skills that are now available, so that I can move to the next level? How do I need to apply myself? And of course, there's a challenge for working class people who are employed people. Some of the challenge can be to just be stagnant and not moving forward, and then you forget that the reason why you're not moving forward is because you're not improving yourself. I was speaking to someone I used to know back in school. In fact, my friend of mine. Well, we've not been close for a long time. And I was asking him half of what's happening. He told me he's been in the banking industry for almost since we left school, and he's still a contract staff. When he told me that, I was concerned. I said, "You're still a contract staff?" He said, "Yes." I said, "What academic improvements have you done to your life? What academic improvements have you done to your life? Do you have your master's now?" He said no, and he didn't go to university because he has a polytechnic higher diploma. So I said, have you improved on your academics? He said, no, he hasn't. So I'm like, so what are we talking about? You're not working towards improving your this thing. Sorry.